Energy experts, meanwhile, say that state leaders will have to take a comprehensive look at the state's electric grid and also the oil and gas industry in order to prevent the massive kind of power outages that we all saw last week. As Jack Fink reports tonight, to that end, the Texas Oil and Gas Association is now reviewing what happened and, more importantly, what needs to be done.
Energy experts say Texas can't just look at the state's power grid operator, ERCOT, when trying to prevent the massive power outages last week from happening during future winter storms. Joshua Rhodes with the Weber Energy Group at UT Austin says leaders also need to look at problems faced by natural gas companies.
It's our gas grid and our electricity grid. You know, they're quite coupled in the wintertime because a lot of that gas goes to make electricity.
The president of the Texas Oil and Gas Association says many natural gas companies lost production in the field because of power outages and hazardous travel conditions that made it impossible to move rigs, equipment, and crews.
We know that this weather event impacted everyone from the wellhead all the way to the electric meter. And so getting to the bottom of things is priority number one.
Many natural gas wellheads froze, making it impossible to produce the gas. Bruce Bullock, director of the McGuire Energy Institute at SMU, says one potential fix is winterizing most or all of the wellheads in the state.
That turns out to about $4 billion, so it's not cheap, but that's what it would be required, if you will, to fully insulate that part of the system.
You know, we may talk about winterization at the wellhead. If we're not getting the power that we need, the gas still doesn't flow.
Staples credits excess natural gas previously stored in reserve for providing power plants the fuel they needed during last week's storms. Bullock says the industry will have to consider all potential improvements.
And determine, number one, what's the most feasible, and number two, what's the most cost effective.
And coming up on Thursday, both the State House and Senate will hold hearings at the Capitol to figure out exactly what went wrong, why, and how to prevent it in the future. Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.